anyone who seek the Father, and within all of us, we know something is missing. I don't care if you're on Mommy Africa or in the jungle or Tarzan. You know who Tarzan is? Yeah. If we seek, we will find. If we never heard of Jesus Christ's name, we have the ability to return to the Father. Christ made that possible. So the moment you start questioning anything, no matter where you are, he will reveal it to you, himself to you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think they got to go across the earth and teach the Bible, and a lot of Christians go on missions or something like that to teach the Bible, but what many of them are doing is making it harder to find Christ. Because the moment you go and teach them the Bible, they believe in the Bible, they're stuck. Because once you believe in something, it believes in you, and then you're stuck, unless you realize you're wrong. So God is with us. If you seek him, you'll find him. I never heard that Jesus was God until I moved to L.A. Really. And I started listening to the preachers in L.A. I didn't grow up, I wasn't raised that way. Jesus was the Son of God when I was growing up. So I never heard that.
Yeah. I mean, just to be
it's
clear,
something new.
The Bible, not on that topic, but back on the topic that Sam brought up, the Bible does say the way through the Father is through the Son. So yeah. we do have to believe that and seek that path. So.
And it's not like, it's just you believe that the Father did send him, right? And when you believe that, then you can go back. But it's like, have you noticed when you forgive your earthly father, you forgive your mother, you forgive your earthly father, something awakening you? It's like, wow, that's it. Like a load was taken off. That's the beginning of growing, or knowing the Father, growing back into him. That little spirit, that little spark will help you to overcome. And you start growing and dealing with everything. But you got to start asking for yourself. Ask God. Who do you think I ask? I don't call my mama up. I don't wait to ask the preacher. And I deal with a lot of stuff. I deal with people now around the world, and I notice that around the world, it's the same. There's nothing new. Either you're serving evil, and there is good and evil. Believe me, there's good and evil. And either you're serving evil or you're serving good. The complaints are the same. The fights are the same. They accuse one another the same. They blame one another. There's nothing new. And I used to wonder if Satan spoke in a foreign language. Yes. It's the same everywhere, nothing new. And I didn't realize that as much as I do now since I've been counseling for so long. Everybody have the same problem. We are not different. We're not special. We all have the same problem. It's either good or evil. You're either right or wrong. But what gets me is how people get so caught up with other people that they lose themselves, and when things go wrong, they blame me for it. I don't know how that happened, because when I was growing up, I was always taught, you can't blame anyone for your problem. Why did you let that boy beat you up today at school? I'm 12 years old, right? He was bigger than me, he was older. That's not an excuse. You're not allowed to blame anyone else for your life. It doesn't make sense. Anyone that blames someone else for your life, what you do or did not do, you're really weak and pathetic. Especially if you're a man. Women don't do it, you shouldn't do it either. But just think about that. It's weird blaming someone else for your life, what happens in your life. Anybody ever done that? Oh, good. Amazing. Do you know, and I was trying to think, have I ever blamed, even in my father's state, I don't ever remember blaming anyone else for my life. When I saw my parents that I needed to forgive, that was it. But in the father's state, I don't think I ever blamed anyone. Because in my days, older people didn't blame folks for it. We didn't blame Jim Crow or the white man or the neighbor down the road or anybody. So let me see the hands of those who have blamed others. Wow. Why have you blamed others for what happened in your life?
I grew up in a really hostile environment.
Oh, you're a millennial, right?
27, so I think so, yes.
Is that millennial? Yeah, millennials blame everybody. Because they're so weak within, they have no non-blame mode or something. Do you feel funny when you blame others for what happens in your life?
I used to. I don't do that anymore.
And what made you stop? Oh, let me tell me why you did it before.
Well, I grew up in a really hostile environment. Through my father's actions, I've had SWAT kicked on my door. I've been held hostage, robbed. So I've just been, a lot of outside
as a kid,
sources.
Right?
Yes, and then
as an adult.
As an adult?
Yeah.
Well, it all stemmed through that because that's when I started falling away from God, and I started thinking, basically, I am a product of my environment, and I started believing that, and I didn't realize that, not just because of my father's actions, but growing up, I didn't blame myself, even though I was doing all the wrong things. I was getting involved into things that I shouldn't be getting involved in, but those were my actions. But I still blamed, police or just the way the system's built up. I feel like it's all built up for us to fail.
Yeah.
But now I see differently now.
I noticed that around the world, the people that blame others for their lives, what happens in their lives as adults, are weak. They're like dying. They're not getting stronger, men or women. And then I noticed those who don't blame, they say, oh, I was wrong. They are getting stronger. They seem to be the ones that are overcoming. And it's amazing to see that. Don't blame anyone else. All right? If I'm your guru, I'm not to blame. Blame you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your guru. Women that try to get men, and you get them, and they end up playing you, cheating on you, taking your money, you can't blame that man for it. It was you. You wanted him so badly that you were willing to do anything to get him. You wanted to control so badly that you would do anything to get him. And then you turn around and blame the man. And if you blame him, all you're going to do is go out and get another man the same way, because you're not going to see yourself and overcome. Really. Stop blaming. What the? Even what's happening with our government is not to blame. We are to blame. Really. Because we vote in the type of government we deserve. And this thing with the government been going on for years. We've allowed so much to happen in the government until now they control us. But it's not the government's fault. It's your fault. I can't even imagine when I was a teenager, my grandmother said, you leaving home at 18. I'm on a plantation. I'm like, where am I going? I don't know, I don't care. Really, see, honestly, I don't know and I don't care. How do you tell somebody that? How do you say that to your child? Isn't that amazing? And then when I turned 18, I left home, went to California, and went through pure hell. But I couldn't blame anyone for my hell. I never thought of blaming anyone. I went from one thing to another, and I would learn from it. Some things I would repeat and some things I would not, because I wasn't blaming anyone for it. How do you blame, and how do people listen to you blaming someone else? Oh, JoJo made me steal that money. How JoJo made you steal the money? Like, okay, go there and steal it, rob the bank. Stop it, folks. Don't let Satan make you do that. You're not going to grow. You're dying.